The woman pulled up the skin of the face to take a knife to cut down, made a double eyelid, and pinch a high nose, make a small cherry mouth. A delicate and perfect face appears. The fat girl watching the video was stunned. Fatma's name is Ruiji and she is actress Karina's makeup artist. Once something goes wrong, the arrogant Karina beat her up or scolded her. This day, Ruiji was taken by the assistant director to be an extra. The job was simple. All she had to do was eat and act as a background. After the job was over, Ruiji went to the supermarket and bought a lot of food and drinks. At the checkout, to avoid embarrassment, Ruiji pretended to make a phone call, lying that these things are for the party, but the phone suddenly rang. She was ridiculed by the salesperson. This made Ruiji very embarrassed. On his way home, he fell down. The security guard kicked the coke back and ridiculed that she should lose weight, so that walking would be easy. This gave Ruiji a blow to his self-esteem. When he got home, head into the room, drink a beer to wet your throat first, turn on the computer. Soon, she saw that she was in hot search. She didn't expect. That's her ugly face when she eats. The comments section was full of insults and ridicule. Ruiji was completely devastated. For several months, she never wanted to step out of her room again. This day, she received a text message. It was an advertisement for cosmetic surgery. After clicking on it, soon she received 2 bottles of plastic surgery liquid. The instructions in the video were rather scary, but Ruiji decided to give it a try anyway. When she appeared in the living room, her parents were shocked by the sight of her daughter. Her body remained the same, but the face was different. In the evening, Ruiji followed the address to a small house in the middle of nowhere. The boss is the woman in the video instructions. Ruiji stared at her from top to bottom for a long time. She was so envious of her beautiful face. The boss told Ruiji she could become more beautiful than him for only $2 million. When she returned home, Ruiji asked her parents for money. Before her parents knew what was going on, Ruiji grabbed a table fruit knife and put it against her neck, asking her parents, "Why was I born so ugly?" He was ridiculed and even tried to commit suicide. The parents had no choice but to raise money. By the time Ruiji reappeared, the money was ready. The boss prepared the plastic surgery solution bath water, so Ruiji lay down in it. A lot of fat was cut off. Ruiji finally became good-looking, a beautiful woman with a hot body. When she came home and saw her mother, she started to ask for money to buy designer clothes. Once again, the helpless mother indulged her daughter. Because Ruiji is really too beautiful, the security guard in the elevator found various excuses to talk to her. He kept staring at Ruiji and looking at her. Pedestrians in the street looked at her. Even the sales clerk who had laughed at Ruiji before. Just because of a wink, the salesman got hit by the goods and hit his foot. Ruiji not only bought a lot of clothes in the mall, she also had her hair beautifully styled. She spent all of her parents' savings, but she justified it by saying it was an investment. The ugly Ruiji of the past is dead. She is now a socialite named Suit-Hai. She became famous online for her beauty. She has gained many suitors. There are gentle scholars, fitness trainers, even rich kids. They met for a pool party. Since there were many dinner parties recently, Suit-Hai pinched the flesh on his stomach. Thinking of her former self, she decided to use the cosmetic fluid again. Her mother tried to convince her, but now she would not listen to the advice. Set the alarm for 30 minutes. Lying down in the bright red bath water, soon Suit-Hai fell asleep. In her dream, she was dancing. The audience clapped for her. The phone ran out of battery and shut down with 4 minutes left. Suit-Hai didn't know how long she slept. After waking up, her whole body felt like it was melting because of the long soaking time. She couldn't stand up and fell into the bathtub. When her mother came in and saw the scene, she was so scared that she sat on the floor. The parents rescued their daughter. Looking at her daughter, she didn't know what to do. At that moment, mother thought of cosmetic fluid. The parents decided to cut off their own flesh to save her. Suit-Hai wakes up, seeing her parents with skin and bones, struggled to go to the mirror, looked at herself in the mirror and was horrified. She already enjoyed the attention of everyone. She didn't want to go back to her old self. So, she braved the rain to find the boss again. She took out a pile of money and asked her to help her have another surgery. But Suit-Hai didn't have enough money to buy a bottle of plastic surgery solution. She really had no money left. She got down on her knees and begged. The boss held out his foot to her and said, "Would you like to lick it?" To her surprise, Suit-Hai really crawled over slowly and stuck out her tongue. He pulled back his foot and decided to help her. When Suit-Hai woke up again, her face and hands were back to their original state, but her body was still bruised and battered. She brought only enough money to operate on her hand. facial surgery is a free gift from the boss. Suit-Hai rushed up and hugged her boss's leg and begged. The boss completely lost his patience, so kicked her off and called her a pig. These words angered Suit-Hai completely. In a fit of rage, she killed the boss and used her flesh on herself, made himself back to his original appearance. Meanwhile, the news broadcast. Recently there has been a serial murder in the city. More than 20 women have been killed. Suit-Hai became a beauty in the spotlight again. She started to endorse diet pills. She became a beauty star. Karina's posters were also changed to her. Suit-Hai inquired about Karina's whereabouts. Her agent told her Karina had been missing for many days. Suit-Hai didn't care. When she got home, Suit-Hai found that her face started to decay. Did the plastic surgery fluid stop working? She planned to use plastic surgery solution again. Just when her parents came home, she immediately asked her mother for human flesh. Mother hand chi and blood medicine scattered on the ground. She cried out in despair, until her father reassured her that you were pretty enough. Only then did she run to the mirror to check. Turns out it was all an illusion. She looked at the bottles of medicine on the floor. Still no trace of guilt. Suit-Hai came to her date well dressed. And this handsome, dashing man, it was Ji-hoon, the man Suit-Hai had a crush on before. When she was a fat girl who was disliked by everyone, only Ji-hoon complimented her on her beautiful eyes. From then on, Suit-Hai fell in love with him. So, after her plastic surgery to become a beautiful woman, she followed Ji-hoon and arranged a chance encounter. To get close to Ji-hoon, Suit-Hai started working out. Ji-hoon didn't recognize her as the former fat girl. After a few dates, they soon confirmed their relationship. Today was their 1-month anniversary of meeting each other. When Ji-hoon took out the ring, Suit-Hai said yes without hesitation, and went home with Ji-hoon. Suit-Hai saw Ji-hoon's family photo. There was no Ji-hoon in the picture. Suit-Hai didn't care about it either. Instead, he praised the family for their beauty. Only the second sister is a bit ugly, but Ji-hoon said the second sister was the real angel. After that, he went to the kitchen to make some dessert. At that moment, Suit-Hai felt she was very happy. In the sweet moment, Suit-Hai suddenly heard a woman's cry. Ji-hoon told her it was a hallucination and told her to rest first. Ji-hoon kicks the cupboard with his knee. The sound disappeared. Suit-Hai wanders around the house. She saw a gift box on the table. When I opened it, it was plastic surgery fluid. Then, in the drawer, she found the ID cards of many missing women. Karina, who had disappeared before, was among them. Terrified, Suit-Hai tried to escape on the pretext of going to the toilet. At that moment, she opened the bathroom door. There was blood everywhere inside. The video of her was still on TV. The walls are covered with pictures of the girls who were chosen as targets. Of course, there was also her picture. By now Ji-hoon had appeared behind her, with a syringe in his hand. Suit-Hai was knocked to the ground with a slap. Suit-Hai picked up a ballpoint pen and stabbed Ji-hoon in the chest. The woman's scream was heard again. Suit-Hai was terrified. She ran out in a panic. In a trance, she realized that her parents were the ones who loved her the most in this world. Her parents had already given her love and care. She was still caught by Ji-hoon. It turns out Ji-hoon is the second sister in the family photo. He was ridiculed for his ugliness just like Suit-Hai. He later invented cosmetic fluid. He used plastic surgery solution to become a man. He started not to satisfy his perverted mind and collect various beautiful face organs. He installed them on his own body. Karina's nose was embedded in his thigh by Ji-hoon, and he approached Suit-Hai because of those beautiful eyes. Eventually Suit-Hai's eyes were inlaid on his thigh by Ji-hoon. A few days later, the agent of the company, seeing a beautiful woman in the library, under the pretext of being a talent scout, took her picture, but the photo soon appeared on Ji-hoon's phone. He thought she had a beautiful mouth. Can beauty bring happiness and love to people? Suit-Hai found the answer with her life. The person who really loves you is not because of your looks. It is the love from the heart. For example, your parents. See you in the next video.